Alright guys, Benny and I are going to talk about the coil. The coil is arguably the most important part of hitting, so we're going to get straight into it. Before we talk about what it is, let's give a demonstration of what it's not. Alright, Benny, stand in front of you and give him this big booty back feeling. Right? So rather we just want to be comfortable, have a nice little flex in our leg. Just be comfortable. You don't have to actively stick your booty out. Just be comfortable. Just be comfortable right here. Feel powerful, feel athletic. All right, another demonstration of what it is not. Go ahead and turn this way for me, Benny. So a lot of people think that if your weight is back into the back leg, that's enough. Truly, it's not enough. You got to have more than weight in the back leg, because the opposite of weight in the back leg is like a lunge forward, and that's not what we want. So now let's talk about what we want. We know that it is not this booty back, okay? And we also know that it's not enough to just have your weight in your back leg, okay? There's got to be more to it, all right? So we're going to demonstrate now what an actual coil is. I'll go first just to give you my version of it, and then Benny will show you what it looks like with an 11-year-old, okay? So what a coil is, I want you to feel like you're taking this back area, this hip area, over top of this leg. You're turning it over this leg. You see that? Okay, I'm not trying to move my knee around. I'm not trying to move my knee. It's not that. I'm taking my hip and I'm turning it over the leg. All right, let me turn this way for you. I'm taking this hip and I'm turning it over the leg. Sorry, the loose balance, sorry. Right there. Okay, there's more to it than this, but this is a really good starting point. Benny, you want to get in front of us and show? Good. Just a nice little booty turn, or taking this back pocket right here towards the pitcher. Benny's a lefty, so he's taking this back pocket towards the pitcher. And that really loads up this lower half, okay? So there's one more step to it though. We got to create a stretch up the backside. And a lot of people think that stretch up the backside is this big hand movement. Like we gotta take our hands back. But rather, if you would just put your hands in a nice, comfortable position, and what you want to do, along with the booty turn over the leg, feel like you're creating a stretch up the back, right here. So, looking this way, what I'm doing is I'm just opening this up. One of the best ways that I heard it described was I'm showing my meat that way. I love that explanation of it because it's really true. As you create the booty turn over the rear leg, you stretch up the back. All right, Benny, you want to give him a good example? We just create a stretch up the back. And what this allows us to do is swing down the back, okay? We create a stretch up the back along with the booty turn over the leg, and you've got a pretty good coil. That's a really good starting point for a coil. Now, I'm going to give one more demonstration. He's going to give one more demonstration. You're welcome to do it with us if you like. Just stand very comfortably on one leg. Put your head over your leg, okay? Don't be too far in front. Definitely don't be behind. Right here. Now what you want to do is just hold your back comfortably. I don't have a bat right now. You don't need one. I'm just going to turn this right hip over this leg. I feel like this part of my body, this right side part of my body, is turning over the leg. So if I can get that turning the body or rotating the body over the leg combined with this stretch up the back, and then you swing down the back, that's a really good starting point for a coil. If you're new to hitting, that definitely needs to be the first thing that you try, okay? Benny, give him another example or two here. Stand whichever way you want. He's going to turn the lower half, the booty, over this leg. At the same time, this is going to open up, okay? It's a stretch up the back. Give him a good example, Benny. Beautiful. All right, two more. Good. One more. Good. All right, turn this way for him, Benny. Turn this way. Look that way, like at your hitter. Come about right here. Good. Turn this way. You're a lefty. Benny's a lefty, and I keep forgetting. That'll work. Very important, guys. Keep going, Benny. that you are on your rear leg. You should be trying this and practicing this one-legged. Be careful of having weight on your front foot. Go ahead and get 50-50. Put weight on your front foot, Benny. Get 50-50. Guys, if you're 50-50 and you're trying to do this drill, you're not truly one-legged and you're not going to get the best results that you want to. Very, very important that you try this and do it one-legged, okay? We create the booty turn over this rear leg as we stretch up the back, okay? And that's your coil. You got to practice that before you try to get into the hands. You really need to practice that, I would say, daily if you can, okay? But definitely 2 or 3 times a week. Don't skip the importance of this coil. Head over foot, and I'm rotating my body, more specifically my back half. If I was to divide my body in half, it is this back half that I am rotating over the leg. As I'm rotating over that leg, I create a little stretch up the back right here. And that's your coil. All right, next up we're going to talk about just a little bit more in depth of the top half, creating the stretch up the back. The coil with the hip over the rear leg happens in a rotational, let me scoot back, I'm probably out of camera. Happens in a rotational manner, okay? The hip over the leg coils or turns in a rotational style, okay? Back pocket towards the pitcher. But I don't want you thinking that you also take the chest or the shoulders and rotate them like that, because you do not. What happens when we rotate or create the stretch up the back is we act more like a Ferris wheel, like this, okay? So not rotational like the hips, but rather more Ferris wheel. In order to create the stretch up the back, you have to be more like a Ferris wheel. It's as if I had a bucket lid in my hand and I'm turning the bucket lid like this, okay? I'm not trying to wrap the bucket around me because that's going to have for a very long rotational swing and we don't want that. So, just like that, Ferris wheel, because when we swing, it's Ferris wheel. It's not rotational, okay? Benny, give them a good example. Picture your leg. Yeah, picture that way. Okay. The hips, let's get back a little bit. The hips are going to rotate over the rear leg. Get your stance for me. But the upper half is not going to rotate like this, okay? That would be incorrect. It's more so like this, okay? This is a little we're exaggerating a little bit, but it's more like that, okay? So create the stretch up the back with a Ferris wheel action. Show them for me. All right, one more. All right, picture that way, Benny. Okay, this can only be achieved if your top half is working in a Ferris wheel manner. Okay, one more good example for me. The stretch up the back, again, can only happen in a Ferris wheel manner. You cannot be rotational. You can't be like this, okay? Very much like that. All right? All right, guys, before we get into the 3 drills to help you with the coil, we're going to talk about being ready at release, okay? Pretty simple. It sounds like what it is. As the pitcher's going through his windup and he gets right here at release, you want to make sure that you're ready to hit, okay? You don't want to still be getting your body ready to hit or coiling or loading the backside as the ball's coming to you. You're going to be too late, especially if you make it to college or to the big leagues. You're definitely going to be late. So, one more time, ready at release. Practice it. Get with your kid. I'm going to go through my windup, and by the time that I get right here, they should have all of their coil, okay? Let's demonstrate it one more time. I know you're not really looking at me, but what we're going to do, get in hitter stance for me, Benny, okay? And by the time I get to release, he's going to be ready. Now, if you were really doing this, you would want him to be in front of you like you were really pitching, but for us to both stay in the camera and explain to you, he just stood right here, okay? So, as the ball's coming to you, you should have all of your coil ready and done did, okay? Don't still trying to be getting ready as the ball's coming at you. You will be too late. Our first drill is going to be the hover drill. It's pretty simple. You're going to take your head over your foot, head over foot. And you're going to coil the hips over the leg, the rear hip over the rear leg, and create the stretch up the back, and hold it. Keep that front foot off the ground and just stay on this back side. Hold it for 10 to 12 seconds. Relax. All right, Benny, you want to demonstrate again? He's just going to hover. Go ahead. He's going to hold it, creating the muscle memory of what this ready position feels like. We got the stretch up the back, and we've got the hip coil over the rear leg. Front foot stays off the ground. All right, you can relax. Do that. You can do that at home before you go to school. You can do it while you're waiting on your chicken nuggets, okay? There's really not chicken nuggets. There's really not many excuses to not do this drill. You don't need anybody to help you. You don't need any equipment. Yet it teaches you what the coil feels like. And by holding the position, you're creating muscle memory, okay? Now, yes, you need to hit off the tee. Yes, you need to take soft toss. Yes, you need to hit off live pitchers, but there's no excuse not to do this drill. It is extremely easy and very effective, okay? All right, so this next drill is going to help you not so much find the coil, but keep it while you're moving around, okay? Right here. So what you're going to try to do, or what you're going to do, is just stand like this, feet together, hands together right here. You've got no coil, just standing comfortably. All I've got right now is a little bit of flex in my legs to be comfortable, okay? As I stride out, I'm going to coil or turn the hip over the rear leg at the same time that I create the stretch up the back. So, 3 things are happening at the same time. The stride, the coil, the stretch up the back. I'm gonna say it one more time. The stride, the coil, and the stretch up the back are happening at the same time, okay? So you're gonna get like this. Right now, I've got the coil, I've got the stretch up the back, and my stride. All of those things happened at the same time and with the same amount, okay? I didn't coil more than I strided. I didn't coil more than I stretched up the back, and I didn't stretch up the back more than I coiled, okay? So again, I'm gonna demonstrate, then Benny's gonna do it. All right, head over foot, coil as you stride, as you stretch up the back. Same time, same amount. All right, Benny, feet together, let's show. Good, give me one more. Good. What you're learning how to do here is control. I thought I was about to take a bat to the leg. What you're about to do here is, or what you're going to learn is controlling the stride with the coil, okay? When we mess up as we stride is we come out of that coil, okay? We lose that. So like I said earlier, it's not enough to just be in the back leg as you stride. You have to have the coil as you stride. At the same time, the same amount. Okay? But if you start to stride and lose this coil, or come up out of it and open this up, you're going to lose power, okay? And you're not going to be able to use your back leg very effectively. You have to get comfortable striding as you coil, okay? The coil allows the stride. Without the coil, the stride is you just moving from back to front, and that's not what we want. As you stride forward, we have to have a coil. All right, Benny's going to demonstrate this next one. Picture that way, Benny. Okay, he's going to start with his front foot slightly open. And what he's going to do as he brings this foot open is he's going to control this coil. He's not going to let it go anywhere. He's going to have it, keep it, and then if he was to swing, he would use it. But we're not swinging right now. So demonstrate for him, Benny. A good back leg right here. As that front foot gets into place, the back leg keeps its coil. Go ahead, give him one more. This drill is designed to help you keep the coil. Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, and then we can use it. But if you start coming out of that coil, if you start coming out of it as you stride, That's what we do not want. It will not be a very effective coil. So you have to learn how to keep that coil no matter where your body goes. Even if you wanted to exaggerate some drills and take this foot out here, bring it around, I'm still not going to lose that coil. This front foot can go wherever it wants, but I'm never going to lose that coil, okay? So practice that, get good with it, get comfortable with it. Once you get all this leg stuff done, then you can move on to the hands. But right now, just get comfortable with the legs. This next drill we're going to demonstrate is a one-legged swing using a punching bag, okay? All you're going to do, so let's talk about how you stand. So if you are my pitcher, the camera, I don't want to be facing completely at you like this. Also, I don't want to be completely sideways. Open up just a little bit. So not all the way open, not all the way closed, but just a little bit open, okay? Yeah, about 45 degrees like what Benny said. Stand up here for me real quick, Benny. Hop on out of that camera for just a moment. Okay. I'm going to stand on one leg. One leg. Guys, it is so important that you stand on one leg. Don't try to do this drill with both feet on the ground. The left toe, or I'm a righty, so my left toe, my stride foot, your toe can be on the ground, but don't weight it. Don't have weight on it. So this is no weight. This is weighted. Big difference. We have to be one-legged doing this drill, okay? So again, there's a lot more to hitting than the coil, but today's topic is just the coil. Yes, there's a lot of things that has to happen, but don't worry about that just yet. Get your coil right, then move on. So I'm going to get on one leg. I'm going to rotate my body around that leg. I'm going to get a little bit of a tilt forward, and then from here, I'm going to swing. So one-legged, rotate your body around that leg, create that stretch up the back that we talk about, rotate the hips, the right hip over the right leg if you're righty. So one-legged, rotate over that one leg. The toe can come down, but don't put weight on it. So again, one-legged, about 45 degrees open. Rotate around that leg. And then swing. Guys, don't have this too far out in front of you. Don't be trying to reach for it, and don't be having real far out in front of you. Put it pretty much at your back hip. So the way I'm standing at it is my back hip is about even with where I'm going to be hitting. I'm going to rotate around that leg, create a little bit of tilt forward, and swing. And I feel like I'm swinging myself backwards, okay? So be careful of forward, it's not that. Rather, you've got this backwards feeling as you swing. Benny, you wanted to demonstrate for them?
Yeah.
Benny's a lefty. Good. All right, I'm going to get behind you. Don't swing, but go ahead and get set up for me. Okay, what Benny's doing is rotating this area over this leg. He is on this leg. Not right now, he's chilling. But one-legged, rotate the hip over it, create the stretch up the back, and then from here, you swing down the back like that, okay? Go ahead, Benny, give me two good examples right here. Rotate around the leg, a little bit of tilt forward, and we go. Rotate around the leg, a little bit of tilt forward, and then give him one more, Benny. Really good one right here, super good one. We rotate the hip around the rear leg. Create the stretch up the back, type of swing. All right. So that's all the drills for you guys. All right, next up, guys, before we move on to, okay, I'm gonna try it again. All right, for our first drill to help you with the coil, it's called the hover drill. You just basically hover the front leg over the ground. Okay, back on it.
Come on, Dad.